Hey everyone, it's Aaliyah, and you're watching Aaliyah TV Reacts. So today I'm coming to you guys with Caresha Please, Caresha Speaks episode, the first episode for season 2 of her podcast. And this is highly anticipated, you should say, because she is talking about Diddy, and she also talks about the City Girls and JT in this interview, which is being done by Saucy Santana. And yeah. So I watched it. I watched it twice, and yeah, a couple of things. First of all, the waterworks start within within the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the video. She's already crying, so already drawing us in emotionally. Um, and I'm gonna play some of it so you guys can see it, just to like follow what she says. But they're really like jumping into it, talking about the stuff, and yeah, it was wild. So because I'm not gonna play the whole thing, the whole video, because honestly, it was only a 30-minute long episode. Basically, she didn't go into a lot of detail per se. It seems like she'd said a lot, but it wasn't a lot of meat. It wasn't a lot of like things. And and it was hard for me to kind of believe things she was saying. Um, her response to the questions, because of how she came at Gina. And it was just, I don't know, maybe I'm debating about playing the whole thing through so you guys can like see her whole like demeanor. She was upset. She said no one in the industry, I'm guessing, checked on her, like, checked to see if she's okay, all this stuff. It was on some, oh, aha, like, like they wanted to see that relationship fail, not work out, basically, is what she was getting at. And I just felt like I can understand how you're upset by that, but look at what you said to Gina on Twitter whenever y'all got into it over Diddy. If she was somebody who like spoke out against Diddy and saying like the things Diddy did to her, and you saying like, oh, I can have Diddy make you like eat me or whatever, that just wasn't cool. So I felt like, people probably didn't know where you stood, and probably didn't want to reach out to you for maybe like your safety as well, because this whole thing was happening with Cassie, and not very many people in the industry knew, or did they know? I think they, wait, never mind. Why did I say it like that? Okay. So they knew, some people knew, some people didn't know, but the ones who did know, like, they were trying to like, help and things like that. And look what happened to them. Now they got a whole Diddy story and all this stuff. So some people, they were probably like on some, I don't really want to get involved, or they don't know your state of mind, like if this is something you're going through, or if you're just having the best time of your life with him, and they're going to be bothering you, just checking on you to make sure like you're not going through this, he's not harming you in any way. So that probably could be why people didn't really reach out. And then also to swing that back around, whenever she celebrated her birthday, there were her and her friends and all that, and they were on the jet, and people were saying, like, in all the blog pages on the streets, the gossip streets, they were saying, oh, this is Diddy's jet, Diddy's money is still moving behind the scenes, yada yada yada. So then there was also that like element of, she's still messing with him, he's in the picture stuff, because she didn't really openly come out and say it like, no, we're not together, like she is right now in this episode. So I think it was also that element, people not knowing of, should we get involved, should we not. So I don't think she should hold them to task a whole lot. But of course, the people like close to you, like if Santana wasn't to check on you, like that's really who. But as far as people, just, I feel like, but also when stuff like that happens, it kind of shows you people's true colors. So it's so many different ways to look at it, but that's the way I'm looking at it based on how she treated Gina. So yeah, let's go over to the video. Oh wait, let me get back to that. So we talked about that. Okay, with JT. So her and JT, honestly, it really saddens me that the City Girls are no more because I'm really like a City Girl fan. I really enjoy their music, enjoy their album. Even this past album, I thought it was still pretty good. The one before that, I think the one before this last album, people didn't like, but I really enjoyed it. Like for real, like they really my girls. So it was really sad to basically hear her confirm that the stories that the bloggers were putting out about the City Girls being like them having separate teams, they arrive in separate, and they're just separate entities. That really did make me sad to hear her confirm that. Because people can say whatever, but when someone confirms it, it's like, damn. So that was really sad to hear. And she she also made a point whenever Asian Doll and JT were arguing on Twitter, and her people asking where was she at and all this stuff. They were arguing over Nicki Minaj having JT on a song, a remix song. What was it? Super Freaky Girl? Yeah. So it was like that. So Caresha was like, I was left off bad and bougie. Like y'all remember that? Y'all remember academics telling Takeoff he got left off bad and bougie. Ooh, R.I.P. Takeoff. So yeah, Caresha was awesome. I was left out. So yeah, that was crazy. So, and she said it multiple times. So she was on some, look, I was still there for her, even though I didn't know anything. I didn't even know Nicki contacted her to get a song. And then she said, and Caresha also said, the queen did not touch me for a song. She didn't say she wanted me, none of that. So she also puts that out there. And yeah, I don't think Caresha was, I felt like maybe she was a little bit like disappointed that JT didn't tell her the things that were coming out, things that were going on and stuff like that. And I can understand that, but also on the flip side, y'all wasn't close like that. Because Caresha even said they weren't like super close, talk on the phone every day, none of that. So I can see both sides, but I also see as Caresha's side, like, oh, we're in a group together. Like it would be nice to be in the loop to know when you got, a project coming up, especially something big with Nicki, like that's huge. So I can see that angle as well. But it also reminds me of, oh my God, poor Coi Leray, when her dad, Benzino, basically blurted out her and Nicki had a song coming out, like just completely stealing the moment of like joint excitement, something for her to announce, So I can see both sides of, just not wanting it to be leaked out, on JT's end, because you never know who is around who and what Caresha probably could repeat without thinking somebody's like around and can like hear that or whatever. So I see both sides on that. But as far as this whole situation with Diddy, ultimately I am glad that Caresha is, done with him according to her. I hope it's true. And she also touched on, she didn't really touch on it, but Santana did ask, like, basically, did you have any experience of the hands and feet being put on you by Diddy? And I felt like she said no. It was just the way she answered it. She said, I was in two DV relationships in the past, and after the second one, I told myself like I would never be in another one. My bad, guys. Yeah, so after the second one, I told myself I would never be in another one. And okay, so it's kind of like she's not okay. So I'm hoping he didn't do nothing to her, but you never know. Like it's so like DV is something that's very sensitive, a whole topic. So she probably, if something did happen to her, she's probably not ready to talk about it. But I felt like still having the question in there was still necessary, just to try to clear the air on it, I guess, per se, because there is an entire video out of Diddy doing what he did to Cassie at that hotel. So she has to address that, you know? Yeah, so that's what happened with her and Diddy. And oh, back to her and JT. She did say that her and JT, she don't got no beef with JT. They cool. But she did go into this whole thing about, if I got an issue with you and you bring it to the internet, now I feel like it's no coming back after that, blah, 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 because now you looking for people to pick sides. And it was just like, okay. So yeah, that happened. And I don't know. I felt like it was a very like soft interview, you know, very soft interview. I felt like Santana was a good person to interview for a soft interview, because it also sounds like Santana was there for her throughout this whole thing. It seems like he's been the main person, like really there for her. So that's really good. Like, especially like having somebody, you know, support you, like giving them the opportunity to interview, like your first interview. But I feel like at some point she's going to have to answer these same questions again with somebody that's like really I don't know, like I want to say Angela Yee or like Angie Martinez. I don't know. I don't know if like Gayle King interviewing Caresha. Maybe if Diddy actually gets a prison sentence. I don't know. I really did not want to say Gayle King. I'm sorry. Maybe if he like actually goes to prison, I can see that. But I'm thinking more on the entertainment side. Like, who can she interview with that's really gonna like, you know? But oh well. And but I also feel like it should be a woman. It shouldn't be a man. It shouldn't be a man just because that's a very sensitive topic. I feel like it should be a woman. So I was also thinking about women. So if you have a suggestion of who should be interviewing Young Miami, especially when it comes to regards to Diddy and her answering questions about their relationships and stuff like that, who do you think should be the one to interview with her? It could be a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like it should be a woman. So, okay. So, anyways, let's go ahead and watch the clip because, yeah, let's just watch a little bit of it. I don't really want to play the whole thing. I don't know why, but I just don't. Okay, let's right here.
Today, ain't nobody gonna hear from you till 2028, baby.
Thank you.
So I want you to say today and let everything out, get everything off your chest, and we're gonna get into it.
Let's go. I'm ready.
So I want to get into mental health with you. I feel like I just want to check on, and I feel like everybody wants to know just these days, how are you? Just in general with life, your kids, family, and just with your career. Like, where are you at mentally?
I'm just all over the place. You know, I'm going through a lot, and some days I just be like, everybody go through this in their career and their life. I feel like in life, everybody go through something, whether it's a breakup, a divorce, a death, just like whatever it is. And I feel like
Let it out. This is a safe space. This is your space to be vulnerable and just really, let out how you feel.
Okay, so y'all see that we less than 2 minutes 2 minutes in, the waterworks already started. But yeah, I guess I misheard the question, but talking about mental health, so that is very serious topic. And yeah, I'm imagining this will be a lot on someone's mental health. Like, this was really a lot. Like, this whole Diddy situation and her, oh my God.
so mentally, like 1 minute I'm happy, 1 minute I'm sad, 1 minute I'm feeling like fuck this shit, and then the next minute I'm looking at my kids and I'm like, I ain't bring us this far to go backwards.
Yeah.
I work hard. You get what I'm saying? Like, I put in a lot of time and effort in this shit. I did it when I was pregnant alone. And I feel like in life you gotta go through shit to get through shit. Like Usher said that, and I was like, wow, that's some real shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like in life, everybody is going through something. Whether it's a divorce, whether it's a death, whether it's they just lost their job, just anything. And that's what keep me going because I know that like life not perfect. And we gotta learn from our mistakes and life is a lesson. And I feel like the people that I thought that would be in my corner or that are like, when I was going through this shit, nobody called me to check on me. Nobody called me to see how I was doing. Like, people was really like, how you thought.
Yeah. So when it comes to Diddy, why do you think that you are so heavily involved in everything? Like everything that comes out of.
Well, y'all heard that. That was a word. That was a good word. And I like hearing her say that again. I was like, that's a great point to leave off on the video. But yeah, honestly, and she's right. So this is her getting back in there, putting herself back out there because ultimately, yeah, Diddy is the one with the allegations, but yeah, you participated in these freak offs more than likely. But maybe she was. I'm honestly guessing she was a very willing participant because she did reveal on this very same show of hers, Caresha Please, that she likes golden showers. So yeah. And then also in the Twitter, when she was going off on Gina on Twitter, and she talking about some, I can have Diddy, have you eat me? So it's like, so it's very easy for us to think like she was willingly like participating, doing stuff like that. So, but she's right. As long as Caresha, as long as you really ain't do nothing, all this stuff, I don't see nothing wrong with you trying to clear your name, coming out and putting yourself back out there doing the stuff because there was for a minute there was like a small Caresha hate train trying to grow, because she got them awards for her podcast, Caresha Please. They saying Diddy was buying her awards, all this stuff. So it's actually really nice that she's recognizing this and trying to still capitalize off of her fame and her success and keeping it going because she still has kids to take care of, herself to take care of, her mom, her family, all that stuff. So I feel like we should also keep that in mind when it comes to these celebrities, especially if they really just was roped in with the wrong people. Like they still need to survive and still need to feed themselves and their family and be a productive member of society. Like, we need people out here like being good, being paid to be doing good stuff so they don't have to resort to anything crazy. So, but yeah, Caresha, you keep going, all that stuff. Oh, and then also her reality show, I guess it's still coming out because she talked about it in this towards the end. Y'all see it's only 33 minutes. This video is only 33 minutes long. It's a very short episode. So she talks about that. So I'm guessing her reality show is still coming out because there was, rumors in the gossip streets that a lot of Diddy was in a lot of the scenes shot for her reality TV show. So they had to like reshoot a lot of scenes because he was in them. And Caresha also touched on the music, the label basically not pushing her music because, like, I guess they feel like it's not getting a reception. So there's also that. I don't go too crazy for her music, so yeah, she also touched on that. But y'all should check out the interview. It's only 33 minutes long. It's not going to take up that much of your time because I didn't cover everything. I just touched on the stuff I thought was interesting. So yeah, that's it for this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Be sure to comment down below who you feel like Caresha needs to be doing an interview with when it comes to her talking about her experiences with Diddy and all this stuff. And let me know what you think will be next for her and if she's really going to bounce back from this. And I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.